So my name is Kim Sigston, and I am a star director here in Meridian, and I've been with Scentsy 6.5 years and absolutely love what I do. And this is probably one of my favorite things, is to train you all so you can build your businesses and move right on up that ladder. So we're going to skip over announcements because my view is that you all know where to get announcements from, right? Where do you get announcements from?
Resources.
Resource, news tabs, all over. Your upline. If you really have to, you can call Scentsy for help. There's all different ways to find out your news. So we're going to skip over that, but I would like to, does anybody have a recruiting journal that they brought back? Come on up.
Have you introduced yourself?
I did introduce myself.
You missed it because you were talking.
I did.
I had a hard time hearing us.
I'm Kim.
Really good.
I know
Nice
it.
to meet
She
you.
talked so quiet, I didn't hear.
Okay, so Kim is going to tell us her experience with the journal.
Well, actually, I was supposed to bring it back last month, so it's been a month.
So you have 2 months of notes in there then?
Right.
Sure.
Actually, since I've had the journal, it's been my hardest 2 months to recruit. I was getting at least one person a month, which was good for me, but the last 2 months I haven't gotten anybody, actually. I had 6 people say no last month that were potential ones, so still trying to, you know, give them information, keep in contact. But yeah, since I had it, I hadn't recruited.
But wait,
anybody.
you just promoted to lead, so you.
Yes, I did have someone come to lead, so and I got stars. So.
Congratulations. You get a prize. Bringing it back.
I didn't bring anybody with me. Though.
That's okay.
You still get a prize
for
just
your
for
efforts.
taking it and bringing
thank
it
you.
back. Thank you very much.
Does anybody else have one? So tell us who you are.
I'm Carol Bacon.
Hello. And tell
Hi,
us
Carol. Hi, Carol.
Tell us your experience with the recruiting journal.
Okay, so it's really my husband, it wasn't really me. We decided to go to a new restaurant. I know, we went to a new restaurant out in Caldwell called the Orchard House, out, way out. Okay, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Good stuff, right? Doug wore his Scentsy man hat. And she walked by, and every time she walked by, she's checking out my husband. I'm thinking, what's going on here? I know he's cute and all, but come on, what's going on? And so she kept stopping by, she was like, Scentsy, huh? And he's like, yeah. So I didn't really do anything. He talked to her every time she stopped by our table, and she stopped by our table like 7 times just to talk about Scentsy. Wow. So by the time she was done, I was like, oh, honey, come on. Like, apparently you're like in love with this stuff. And she's like, I am. And I said, okay. And this was back in April. And we talked and talked and talked several times from then on out. And then she called me up out of the blue and said, I'm ready. And I said, okay, great. And then she had issues, and then she wasn't ready. And long story short, she's finally on my team. And yeah, enjoy. I tried to get her to come tonight, but she works the really early shifts and has to take care of the kids tonight. And so she's like, I can't make it. But yeah, it was pretty cool. So
Okay, so tonight we are going to talk about filling up your Scentsy family calendar. Okay, how many of you have at least one booking for the month of October?
How many of you had one booking that just canceled today?
That's going to rebook for you, right?
No.
How many wish you had a full calendar for the rest of October and November?
And December and January and
Okay,
February.
we're going to take care of that tonight. I'm going to teach you how to do that. Okay?
Is yours full now?
Mine is as full as I can get it because I have other things happening, but yeah, pretty much. Okay, so I apologize for the smaller writing. Okay, so why do we book parties? Number one, this is a party plan company, so we really like to have parties. Is it the only way to have success in our business? Absolutely not. We can do booths, we can do basket parties, we can do word of mouth. There's all different kinds of ways, but in my opinion, I think parties are the one of the #1 ways to gain bookings and team members and continue business. I think party is where all the fun is because you get to have that one-on-one relationship with your guests and you have a captive audience. So it's easier to get your maybe 10 people in a room and you've got 10 people to talk to all at one time. Okay? Some of you are going, really? I think parties are the best place to have that one-on-one contact and make those connections. And I think parties are the way that you can find your next team member. So how do I book parties? First of all, keep calm and just ask. If you don't ask, what's going to be the answer?
No.
No. Your answer will always, always be no if you don't ask. So we're going to talk about overcoming objections, because I know, especially here in the Valley, it is a little difficult for that. We get a lot of, oh, we're heavily scented, we're heavily, tell me that other word? Saturated. Oh, you've heard that before, right? So I think that's a bunch of baloney, and I think Janae would also agree that that's baloney, that we're overly saturated. So we get lots of objections, and I think not just here in the Treasure Valley, but across the nation, that it's difficult to book parties. So these are some ideas that I got from other directors and some objections that I have come up with as well. So listen to their needs and wants. I think that's super important, because it's not always about you. In fact, it's rarely about you. It's rarely they're not saying no to you, they're saying no at this moment. Or, maybe they've got kid stuff happening or marriage stuff. There's all different kinds of reasons why people don't want to have parties. So listen to what they need and what they want. So one that I get often is, my home isn't big enough. So your answer might be, how about hosting it at the pizza place, or at the clubhouse in your neighborhood, or maybe your mother-in-law's house, or, the list is endless. Give them another option. Don't let it always be them worrying about cleaning their house and having it big enough. I don't know anyone. How many get that answer? Yep. So your answer is going to be, sure you do. Do you have 2 neighbors or 2 coworkers, 2 kids' friends' parents, 2 hubbies' friends' wives? That's a tongue twister. 2 family members? That's 10 right there. 10 people. If you get all of them there, I do the rest, right? I don't have time for a party. Did you know that I offer parties on the go? So this is my personal term, and I don't know if I've probably borrowed it from someone. For another word for basket party, I take the little, can you hold that up? I have little totes like that with my basket testers in there, catalogs, calculator, what else? Envelope for money, order forms, that's helpful.
That's really helpful.
Yep. And they take it wherever they go, so it's not taking extra time. They're going to take it to the ballpark, they're going to take it to the soccer field, they're going to take it to work, they're going to take it everywhere they go and get the same benefits as hosting a home party. Yes, ma'am?
Do you just put the current, you don't put the whole, all your scents in there, do you?
I personally do.
Do they all fit in there with all of them?
Yeah, there's
The mini ones.
The mini ones.
Yeah, I got the little.
Yep.
The,
I personally do. I know a few people, they call them pouch parties. So they take like this holiday scents and a few of the favorites and put them in. So maybe they are putting out 10 or 15 scents. I personally think that people should be able to smell all of them. So I like to send all of them.
do you put them in something in that, like a baggie or?
Mine come, they all come in a pack, like in that vinyl zipper bag, and I just leave that in there, and then just put probably 3 or 4 catalogs, maybe up to 10 order forms, the calculator pen, an envelope, the specials, so the Harvest Collection catalog and the Christmas catalog and Scent of the Month, Warm of the Month. I think that's it. And you put that in there. You want to keep it simple so that they're not, back in the olden days when people didn't know what Scentsy was, we used to do a physical basket, and you'd put a warmer and a plug-in and a buddy and all the testers and everything else. And how overwhelming is that when I hand that to you and you're going, ooh, I'm going to break their warmer, or maybe you don't get the warmer back. I think now we don't necessarily need that. We want the simplicity of what we do. So that is one option for the parties on the go. I never have anyone come to my party. No worries. I send out all of your invitations for you. I can even help you make reminder calls the day before your party. Remember, it only takes you and me and a couple other people to make a party. I actually have a funny story. I had a host last month called me or texted me right before the party, like an hour before. She goes, "Is 2 people enough?" And I'm like, "Of course, we can have fun." And she was worried before I left. It was more than a qualified party. By the time I closed it, it was nearly $400. So it doesn't always have to be numbers. It's not always about how many people show up. It's about how much they order. Thank you. Everyone I know uses XYZ brand. I'm sure they're great products. But I'm even more sure that once they give Scentsy a try, they will love it. Or Grace Adele, or Valhalla, because Valhalla's yummy too. Okay, I would if I lived in the same town as you. So I get this from people that are on Facebook or in the surrounding areas here. So what I offer is you're in luck. I do parties in a box. So where I send you the testers, catalogs, etc. You get your friends together to smell away. I can even Skype or FaceTime in during your party in case there are questions. So I've done this twice, I think, and sent, so I just get a small box, whatever it takes. I send not the regular catalogs, but the
Product sheets.
you can use product sheets, like the fundraiser showcase, yes, because they're lighter to ship and they're bigger. So you can send those, and they can either get together, just like a party on the go, random not door to door, but activity to wherever, or they can get everybody together and you can FaceTime or you can Skype or however you want if you want to be part of it, so that they can have you there to answer questions. So that's another option. I'm not good at hosting parties. That's my job. You get the people there, I do the rest, okay? Okay, so getting your calendar ready. Does everybody have a calendar with me today? No. Do you have a phone that has a calendar on it?
Yep.
Okay, so you pick either one. So the first thing we're gonna do is get out your family calendar. So this is an interactive meeting, okay? So this is my personal family calendar that not everybody gets to look at because I have everything I do in this catalog, in my whole life, yes. And then I also, because I'm transitioning from paper to this, but I can't let go of this, I have the same thing on this calendar, on my phone. So in this calendar, I have everything. So I want you to go through, I'm going to give you a couple minutes, go through and mark things that you know you have coming up, whether it's kids' activities, doctor's appointments, work. If you work 8 to 5, mark that time out and fill this calendar in. Or if it's already filled in, you get a minute. So what we're doing is we are carving out days that you can work your Scentsy business. I understand that not everybody is fortunate to work their business full-time and have many other things to do. But I do know that, like, my Tuesdays, every Tuesday is filled up in the evenings. Every Wednesday I have something else going on, so I carve out that time. And I try to book my parties like Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, but that's just my personal schedule. If you have things that, if you have kid activities every Thursday night, then you're marking that out and you're picking a day that works for you, okay? So then I want you, and you probably, because we didn't prepare you for this, I want you to find a big blank calendar that's easy to read, and we're going to transfer only your party dates to that calendar. Okay? So you probably didn't bring that with you tonight, but you can do this part later at home. So here's what I do, here's my October calendar. These are the dates that I have for parties. And I take my highlighter and you highlight. And look. This calendar is just for your party dates, okay? Nothing else. Because you don't want to open your calendar at your parties and your hostess that you love and you really need that party, and she says, you know what? I would like it to be on October 10th, but you have already booked that night because it's what?
Team meeting.
Team meeting. That is equally as important as your parties. So you want to carve that time out. So you don't want them looking at all of your business and picking their day. This is their choice. Okay? If this doesn't work, find a party on the go time for them to do. Lots of alternatives for that. So I go through and I highlight all of those dates. Okay? Once you have them highlighted, if you don't have a separate calendar, on your regular calendar, maybe take, I don't write in pen on the calendar because I'm not that, I can't cut it that way. I need pencil. So I circle the dates that I'm available for parties on that calendar, and then I transfer it to this. So if you don't have this, just circle the days that you're available for parties. And then you can highlight them. And then what this calendar will do is you can take it to your parties, and you can say when it's time to close the party and you're going to book your party, and you can say, Kathy, here's my open party dates, which one would you like? And then they're not looking at all of your personal stuff, and it's clear when you're available and clear when you're not, okay? So that makes that simple. Does everybody have party dates available right now?
Yeah.
They're all written down, okay? Okay, so the next, oh, and I forgot mine. I call it my Who You Gonna Call list. We also call it our list of 100. Sorry if that's too hard to read. So a list of 100, who knows what that is? Tell me what it is.
So as you're meeting people and you're wanting to invite them to parties, then you just keep adding, and once you've contacted a person or you've talked to a person, then you cross that person off and you just keep adding to the list.
Perfect. So does everybody have their list of 100 here tonight? 100 is a little daunting. It freaks me out, the number 100. So that's why I call it my Who You Gonna Call list. Okay? And that number changes all the time. So she's right. Tell me your name again. Stacy. So you are going to create your list. Wow. I need to found it. Okay, so who do you know? You're going to add people on this. Your neighbors, your coworkers, your kids' friends' parents, family members, anybody that you can think of that might be interested in Scentsy. And it doesn't have to be just parties. It can also be your new team member, prospective team members, and things like that. So who has said they might want to host a party? Maybe they've said, I thought about it. Write those people down. Then you're going to go through and say who has purchased in the last 6 months, or maybe the last year. Go through your order forms and your parties. You're going to go through your door prize slips from booths and fundraisers, things like that. You're going to find every last contact that you possibly have, even if they are a previous host or a previous customer. It doesn't matter. You want that list going all the time. And then who has attended a party in the last 6 months? So not everybody that's attended a party has purchased, right? So maybe it was somebody at your party that couldn't afford to purchase that night. You want to make sure that they are on your list because maybe their option is to host a party rather than to purchase. So you want to make sure you're adding those people also. On your list, you want to, I put it toward the top, it says make notes of where you met them. So maybe they're interested in Scentsy, maybe they're interested in Grace Adele or Velada. I make notes with that. Make sure that you have some kind of contact information, preferably a phone number. If not, worst case scenario, email or contact on Facebook. But make sure you have all that with them. Make notes that you have of met them at this booth. They want to have a party in January. Make your notes so that you can remember as you're calling and you recognize Sally Smith. I don't know who she is. I don't know where I met her from. And then when you pick up the phone, you're going to say, oh, I met her at the assisted living place booth, and she said she wanted to have a party in January. So I'm going to call her in December, early December, and book her party for January. Okay? So, are you ready?
Yep.
So I'm ready to book. Now what? Pick up the phone and make something happen. Okay? Brene Brown from Convention brought this to our attention, and I absolutely loved it. So, it is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who at best knows in the end the triumph of achievement, and who at worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly. So, it's time for us all to dare greatly. Are you ready? Yep. You're like, oh God, what did I get into? Surprise! We're doing a bit in blitz right now, okay? So, we're getting out of the box. I see a little scared. You got really quiet. It's okay. We're here to support each other, and we're gonna have fun doing this. Okay? Cannot, again, no mass messaging. So if you're doing it via Facebook, then it has to be individual messages to each person. Okay? Parties can be parties on the go, basket parties, home parties, office parties, open houses, but not your own. So you can't book your fall open house and call that, yay, I got a booking. No, you didn't. Cheating, cheating. You do whatever kind of party you can make and get creative, okay? So the big one is shout it out when you get a booking. We are here to support you and to celebrate you with you. And even if you get no's, that's okay. Say, oh, darn it, she said no. And we're going to say, it's okay. We're going to come and hug you and say it's okay. You have to get no's to get yeses. You have to be able to get out of your box in order to get out there in the world. Okay, so what to say when you call, because you're probably all going, oh my God, I don't know what to say, what am I doing? So first you want to be excited. If you go on there and say, oh, Sally, my director's freaking me out. You don't want to do that. You want to be excited because, are you excited about your business? Are you excited about Scentsy or Velada or Grace Adele, whatever it happens to be? Of course you are. So use your own words that come naturally. That was my biggest aha moment at convention, was that they were feeding us things to say, you know, say this, and I was, my husband was sitting there staring at me down, look at this person, look at that person, and I'm like, oh my God, I got a text, and I said it my way, and I got 7 bookings that night in 20 minutes. It can be done. So it's pretty incredible.
How do you word it?
So here's what, you probably can't read that because it's really tiny. So this is a possible script. So I said, hi Sally, it's Kim with Scentsy. I've just been challenged to book as many Scentsy parties as I can in the next 20 minutes. We've got some amazing new fall and winter products out that I just know you and your girlfriends are going to love. Can you help me out? Or maybe, hi Sally, it's Kim with Scentsy. I know how much you love snowmen, and I want to let you know that we have a host special just for you. How about hosting a party and giving yours for free or half price? Okay, so I'll give you a minute to come up with what you want to start with.
Ready, set, go. Ready, set, go.
Okay, so it is booking blitz time. So you've got your, who you're going to call list, right? Your contact list in your phone, your Facebook list, or however you know about who you're going to call, right? Okay, and you have your calendar with party dates on it, so you're ready with that. All right? You got to know when you're going to book these parties because they're going to want now. If you can't get a date out of them right at this minute, it's okay, but that date has to be on your calendar in the next 24 hours. Okay? And we do have a Facebook page that you can post those on, post your results on. So have you got your phone? Everybody got their phone? Ready to go? We are. That's okay. Ready? Everybody ready? Set. Get booking. Go. Do you guys have background music? Radio? Something? I got a yes! Woo!
Oh, Tamara! Oh, look, she amazing! There's a lot of pressure when you have your upline and your upline right here, right? We're just missing one in between them, and then I'd have all of them.
Well, there's one more above that. We can get her down here.
I'm a rapid texter.
Did I hear she got another one?
Yeah.
Let's talk tomorrow.
Oh, let's talk tomorrow.
Yeah.
Woo, positive. That's a lead. Woohoo! Woohoo! Tell me if I forgot another party. Woo! Kathy got one. Woohoo! Christy got one too. Woohoo!
She must be out of the mountain.
Woohoo! Kim got another one. Way to go! Woohoo! Janine got another one. Woohoo! Woohoo! I got a party. Woohoo! Lisa got a party. Raise your hand if you participated, if you tried. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 tried. Okay?
I got another no.
You got another no. So, how uncomfortable was
I didn't
that?
say no, I laughed.
Was that uncomfortable?
I got a text. Will you host a party for me from Janae? I didn't say no, I laughed.
So, was it out of your box?
Yes.
Yes. Was it difficult?
No.
No?
No.
Was that kind of do the flip-flops, right? No? There was some, yes.
Through the texting. It's different when you're tuning it up in coffee.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't mind the texting as much.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we know that we're in a large group, so it's harder to pick up the phone and actually speak to people. So I challenge you to go home and try again speaking to people, okay? I mean, maybe not tomorrow, but if you have other people that weren't on your list tonight, do it again. Try again. So I want to say I'm super proud of you all for stepping out of your box, because I know it's really hard for many of you. So tell me, raise your hand, how many no's did you get?
You got no answer.
1,
Yeah.
2,
No answers count.
3, 4,
I like to-
5.
I didn't hear the question.
How many no's did you get?
Nobody responded, no.
So we got, was that 4 no's? And how many, maybe we should try, how many did you send out? How many did you try?
Oh, hold on.
I don't even know right now.
Oh my gosh, I can't do math that fast.
I worked out 10.
10,
6.
4,
6.
6. How many did you get? How many did you send? Oh, 5. That's
17.
17.
Wow.
How many did you send?
I'm a fast brain.
Okay.
Copy paste.
Okay.
And I said,
So
what's
how
more?
many yeses?
I got the, I
Two
did
yeses.
7 and I got 2 yes.
Melissa got a yes?
1 no.
You got no, it's not right now. Danielle got 1.
I got 1 yes.
How many? I can't remember. I need my 1. Yes.
I got a 9 after she made 8.
Okay, but she said yes to a party. Okay. Janae, you got how many?
I got 4 yeses, 1 maybe, and 1 no.
4 and maybe. Who's hiding her plan? Oh, was dead. Kim. I got 6. 6! Woohoo! 6.
Start over.
The purple shirt. Did you get any yeses? No yeses, but you tried. Christy, did you get any?
I haven't gotten any answers yet.
Should have joined.
I didn't get any.
Carol got 2.
2 and a maybe.
2 and a
2
maybe.
and a we'll talk tomorrow, which is my
Okay.
box of feet down.
Lisa, you got 2.
Yes.
Becky? You got a,
Just the one no, and
Just the no.
the rest haven't responded.
okay. So 5, 10, 15, 20 parties booked out of 18 participants.
Did you get Kevin?
Oh, no, we missed
I'm like-
Kevin, sorry. Kevin was coming from the
I
back.
made 4 phone calls and I got 4 yeses.
Woohoo!
Can you call my
Christy,
friend?
I talk way too much, so I could have done more. but-
And Christy? What'd you get? Christy got 3.
4.
Woohoo! So, I want to applaud you all because it is hard to, even texting back and forth. It was easier for me on the texting or on Facebook to do because you don't have that face-to-face, oh my God, you're going to say no. It's okay if they say no through a phone.
And they don't feel as bad saying no.
That's right. You have to give them the opportunity, right? But if we hadn't have tried, what would the answer have been? No. No. It'll always be no. Okay, so, whew, that was fun. Now what?
Food.
Now. Did you work up your appetite, Kevin?
A little bit.
Can't.
Yes? Oh, drawing. Drawing. Now what? That's what. Drawing.
Okay, door prize drawing. Where she
The
continues
other
on.
thing I've heard is that we expect a higher percentage when really getting even less than half the people to say yes is still good in this business.
Yep, absolutely.
So not expecting for 100% or 50%.
Yep. Yeah, and is it okay to get no's?
Yes.
Yes, you have to get lots of no's to get yeses.
And the more you ask, the more yeses you'll get.
That's right. The higher that you call, or the more people that you call. Kim, how many did you contact? 14, and she got 6. Okay? That's almost 50%. That's awesome. Okay. So first I want you to follow up, because when we're heated like this, it's like, oh my gosh, and then somebody says, yes, I said yes, but you don't have a party, or a date. I want you to make sure that you get those dates and get them on your calendar. Some had to change the date, so make sure that you follow up with that person and change the date. The people that you didn't get a response for, give them 24 hours and try again. You know, just say, hey, I didn't hear back from you, what do you think? You know, it doesn't have to be high pressure, but you want them to, you want to keep talking to them until you get a yes or a no. Because if you don't get a yes or a no, it's a not now, it's a maybe next time, it's a I'm hiding from you because you're the Scentsy lady. So get your parties on the books in the next 24 hours. If you are unable to participate, try it as soon as you can. and do your best, okay? Make sure you set your timer for 20 minutes. Post all your results on the Facebook page, okay?
Is everybody on the Facebook page?
Does everybody know what I'm talking about on the Facebook page? Okay, so we have a group on the Facebook page. It is called Taking Care of Business.
Okay, that one. I'm telling her the wrong one.
Okay, so if you're not on there, go find it and request to join. Janae, are you the admin for that? Yeah, so you can approve it. Okay, so if they were people that want to do a party on the go or a basket party, make sure you set up times to deliver those parties. And then, most importantly, I want you to enjoy your full calendar. You all worked hard tonight, and some of you didn't get any response, and that feels disheartening, but know that you tried, right? And doesn't that feel like an accomplishment in itself? I made an effort. So if you wouldn't have come tonight, and you would have stayed at home, would you have made phone calls? Nope. No? Would you have texted people to try to get bookings? Yeah. Some of you yes, some of you no. So the point is to make sure that you take some time every day, at least once a week, to reach out to try to get bookings. I would not encourage you to do booking blitzes all of the time because your people will get tired of hearing from you. You don't want to wear this out. I try to do it once a season, once in the spring and once in the winter time, so that, or in the fall, so that it can help you fill up those calendars. Okay? I think that's it. Does anybody have any questions? I want to hear a woohoo for everybody. I hope you guys had fun. I think that's it. We have the new Velada goodies out here if you want to check them out. We have warmed up Velada in the back if you want to.
Yeah. You got your grill? Mine's still sitting.
And we have
shipped.
one more prize.
Last one. 061.
Woohoo! I hope you all had fun and I hope it was worth your time for coming.
I didn't order brush.
See you next month.